Some big things for Rhema Media. Last Friday, we launched a brand new station. It's called Sanctuary, and gosh, even though it's not the station I'm on, it is so good. I've been certainly enjoying listening to Sanctuary. I got a little bit of a sneak peek of it before it launched, and it is even better with a new lineup of presenters, but just wonderful music, which encourages you to worship God. If you haven't checked it out, recommend that you do so. In fact, we're going to talk through how you can do that if you haven't figured it out yet. But not just that. Yes, if that's not enough, actually a brand new app for Rhema listeners as well. So, hey, if you're listening to me on the radio, get the upgrade. You can listen to me in stereo, in digital. Maybe that's too much. Maybe you're not ready for that. But hey, I know you'll love it. Joining me in the studio is the guy that, well, don't be shy, bro. You made this all happen. Head of the digital team here at Rhema Media, Justin Smith. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Andrew. It's been a while. I've been a bit busy.
Yeah, you have. You look quite well rested. But firstly, from all of the listeners, thank you so much for the work that you've done. Look, I know you're part of a team, that it's not all on your shoulders, but a lot of this is your vision on what radio could be. Firstly, let's start with the obvious, because a lot of the people listening to us at the moment are listening on radio.
Yeah.
They've got the AM, the receiver, it's in their car, whatever that is. How is app listening, how is digital app listening different than what people may be listening to at the moment?
Well, for one, like you pointed out, you can listen in high definition, crystal clear quality, which is a massive plus. And look, we absolutely stand on the shoulders of giants, and Richard Berry, with his original vision, and even to seize the 12:51 a.m., a number and a frequency that we hold dear here in the organisation. But that said, we are in 2025, and the reality is that, the AM network here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, has, a life.
Has a lifespan. All things must pass.
Absolutely.
Including Richard Berry, including AM radio. In fact, in recent weeks, we've found out that the AM transmitter for Auckland, which a few thousand people are listening to at the moment, not good news on that front for AM listeners in some ways.
And exactly. And so, one of the things is strategically as a media organisation, we sat down and said, one, what are we doing with the stable of brands that we have, and particularly with the network changes that are going to happen, and at some point in the future, so if so happens, then potentially FM, and also particularly looking at our offerings in the digital space with the likes of apps, the websites, etc., and going, we're not even up to scratch with those, and also we want to expand and actually make our app offerings, to safeguard against the AM network. We want to make them better.
Yeah, and hey, I'm really excited about this because it's like the radio that you know and love.
Yes.
It's a different delivery mechanism. It sounds better, but all of the things that you love about it just get a lot easier. Like, it's thoughts and comments. I'm wanting people to interact with my show. That just got easier with the new app as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Both the consumption methods and the communication methods. And that's just, radio as it stands now. Importantly, this app really signals for Rhema Media the first step towards a really exciting vision. And we've been talking as a senior leadership team, fleshing out what exactly our strategy is for the 5 years and beyond.
Yeah.
And definitely this specific app that we've delivered, like I say, is really exciting in and of itself and all the things it offers you. But actually, it's the first building block of a really exciting vision that we, look forward to just launching into,
You know what this feels like to me, Justin? It feels like, I don't know, maybe people relate to this. If you're in a family and it's your little sister's birthday, and that's cool, and it's good that your little sister's having a birthday and she's getting all the attention and she's getting all your presents, but then somebody says, don't be sad, here's a little gift for you. That's what it feels like for me on Rhema. Hey, all power to Sanctuary and amazing stuff. They're the little sister, right? Yeah. And everything to celebrate there. And if you haven't checked it out already, yoursanctuary.nz, the place to go. You can download the app. You can listen to it online. It's fantastic. But for the little gift that you gave me on Friday as well, with saying, and here's an app for Rhema. Here's an app for the station that's been around for nearly 50 years. You get to play in the digital space as well. That is so cool.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a really funny story too, because, we did launch two different things on the same day. Yeah. and it all transpired out of the same place. Really, the app conversation came and fell out of the Sanctuary conversation. And as we were fleshing out the brand identity last year and going, look, we know we're going to make this change. We know the name is Sanctuary. We've really prayerfully considered it. Love the name and the concept behind having New Zealand's worship station.
Yeah.
Naturally, all the different components that are required to pull that off, the radio station itself, the lineup, the music, the programming, et cetera, et cetera. When you come to the digital components, you go, well, the social media will be reflective of all those ideas that we've been working out and what it'll look like. And then the website will embody those things and it'll function in this way. And then should it have an app is the question. And we went back and forth, and there's arguments for and against.
But I'm glad that the argument's for, because honestly, it looks gorgeous. It sounds amazing, and it's so intuitive and easy to use. Again, credit to you and your team. You've done a fantastic work there. I'm just so glad I got invited to my little sister's party.
Well, absolutely. And so that's exactly where the conversation ended up was, well, hey, do we build an app for Sanctuary, knowing full well that we do have a suite of Life FM and Rhema apps out there for our other stations, but outside of Sanctuary. But looking at them, we went, well, should we build an app? The answer was yes. And then when I really started to dive into it with the team and, stress testing the different ways in which we could do it, building an app for this new brand in and of itself was an idea. But really, again, I point to the long-term strategic vision. We landed pretty quickly on, no, we have to build an app for all of the
So that kind of
stations.
tripled your workload in some ways.
Yeah.
But hey, I want to stick with this little sister birthday metaphor because I'm getting a lot of mileage out of that. It's kind of like, hey, it's cool that my little sister got a new iPhone, but I'm still trying to make it work on this old Nokia. And look, this is what I'm used to, but wouldn't it be nice to have something? And now I've got a new iPhone as well, and you've got a new. Not new iPhones for everybody, but whatever type of phone you've got, and it is iPhone, Android, all the platforms. You can listen to it off your iPad, in-car, Alexa, all that kind of stuff, right?
All of those things. And Alexa will flesh out over the coming weeks as we land the plane there, because obviously there's only so many new things we can talk about at once.
Exactly,
and so that's, to that point, it does all these basics really well. The Android Auto works amazingly. The Apple CarPlay has just been switched on and is firing. So if you drive in your vehicle around the country, you can have uninterrupted listening, via the app, and it just works seamlessly with these new technologies, as it does with just regular listening. And you can Chromecast it, it's smart speaker enabled. And like I say, it's the building block for a really exciting future. So stay tuned for more to come.
This is sounding so good, because not only is it better audio quality, but the days of going, I'm heading up to Kaitaia for the weekend. What's the frequency there again?
Exactly.
And you're going over the mangamokas and you're twisting with the... No, that's not happening anymore, because it's all coming through the app, straight through your car speakers in digital glorious sound, right?
Yes, although I will point out, it's a very funny anecdote I shared with you quietly before I'd announced to the staff, and I gave you the link privately as we were sitting there, and you're so radio. It cracked me up watching you, because you... Andrew Urquhart, listeners, you'll love this. Andrew Urquhart is so radio. He opens this brand new app, and there's all these new things in there. And the first thing he does is go straight to the shows to have a look at the team, how they're looking, and immediately went to frequencies to see.
I am old school,
Very.
But I'm learning. And the other thing which I'd just like to encourage listeners with is, yes, gosh, I'm old school. I've been on the wireless for many years. However, the app is easy to use. It's easy to download. Probably the easiest way for Rhema listeners to get on board with this, if you go to the Rhema website, rhema.co.nz, there's something to click on there. That will give you all the information. It will talk you through how to get the Rhema app as well as the Sanctuary app on your phone, and welcome to the digital revolution. Justin, thank you for what you and your team have done. Well done, and certainly going to be enjoying the new app, but thanks for popping in.
Oh, anytime.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us in the Rhema studio. Thanks very much for watching the interview. It's kind of nice to have an audience, actually. And if you did like what you watched, then do give us a like, do give us the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more interviews like that one, or perhaps even better, subscribe, and those interviews will come straight to you. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.